As the night slowly fades from the land of Minecraft, we catch the native Collins on his tower, observing the world. Alright, so I'm up here on a tower, just going over taking a look at the world, getting a good view of what I have here. As you can see, we got some Enderman spawning, so we might possibly be able to do one of our hunting blinds. I would think it would be out in this plains here, but we might have to see how good that is. There's our world spawn point there. Those are the caves to nothing. You can see there's a little home base down here. There's that cave that we didn't explore yet. Way back there is that where we grabbed pumpkins, and there were some cows over there that we can look at. So yeah, there's some things we can check out. That might be a desert over there, I'm not really sure. We have a snowy, was that tundra biome? So we may check that out. At the very least, maybe grab some snow and grab one of those trees. Grab some of the saplings so we could grow some of those. Before I start off the video, I wanted to just get a little clip that I put together showing my old survival world that I don't have any videos for, just to get you an idea of the uploads that I have, or the pictures that are on my YouTube channel. So I have a background picture of me sitting on a tower, and I show you a little bit of the tower there, and then I also have a background picture of an Enderman spawner, so we take a brief look at that. So let's hit that video and then we'll be back. Xin chào, Minecraft fans, which, if I said that right, is Vietnamese for hello. This is Collins, and I just wanted to take a quick look and show you guys. This is me, and you may recognize this is the cover photo, or the cover image for my YouTube channel, and so I just wanted to let you know where this actually came from. So this is my mage tower in my old survival world that I used to play on. This tower here, and just kind of like basically didn't fit normal dimensions. So we got a little bit of, I had to put the stone in because I put lava, so I wanted to look like the lava was like doing something magical to hold it up. The lava caused everything to burn, all the wood. So now I have this water break that actually goes all the way underneath the tower. I couldn't figure out what to put in this middle here for this pillar. I had some, this is jungle wood. I had some jungle wood logs. That didn't look right. Tried some different stuff, and at the same time I was trying to figure out where to hide my dang crafting tables. So I finally just decided that my little spiral staircase would be made out of a column that wraps around crafting tables. This part here actually looks like it's part of, you know, because this is like a stilt going down over here, but this is actually like a water path. So there's a water drop and then a water climb back up into over here, which is a spider spawner in the back there. There's a water falling down, which is supposed to look like that's what's holding the back up. Very magey. We have, you know, magical enchantments and magical potions, and you know, mysterious portal up on the roof. This is my creative world, and I did. You can see something over there. That's basically Doc M's Enderman farm, for the most part, that I set up as kind of a test. I'm trying to find an Enderman farm that was original, that I liked, and this is what I came up with. So this has a water roof that extends more than 32 blocks out, so that it's far enough away that Endermen over here don't, they can't teleport anywhere. That, you know, this ring here that is less than 3 tall, so that Enderman can't get in there. And then, as you can see, it goes up, and there's a whole bunch of pistons and a whole bunch of Endermen. And this kind of expands like a bowl shape, so call it my Ender Bowl. And this is the background you see on my YouTube page. I actually built this in survival, which was not fun at all. This would be a good tutorial, because this is something a little bit different than other Enderman farms you see. And we're back, and I just wanted to give you guys a little tour of some of the things that may be coming from the channel. As you saw, my Enderman farm. Hopefully it's a little bit different than everybody else's. Maybe we'll do a tutorial on that. We did some stuff while we were AFK. So I grabbed some more of this clay, and I did actually pick it all up. I noticed when I was editing my previous video that I had mined some clay over here, and when we did some swimming, there were some clay balls sitting there that I hadn't picked up yet. It's kind of a bum deal, but it's only a couple pieces, and we're in the swamp, so there's a lot of clay we can grab. And then this is my pumpkin farm I set up. I expanded the farm out here a little bit, so I put another water break in and put some more rows of crops in here. So the sugarcane has to be directly facing water. Like, you can't put it 4 blocks away like you can with wheat. It has to be right on water. So I just put a new string of water and put some more sugarcane in there, and then we dropped some lily pads. Lily pads are great because you walk on top of them, and it's just like walking on land. There's not even like an indent when you run over it. So the lily pads give me a chance to walk around on my little farm there without dropping down or swimming through water to harvest everything. Went ahead and set up some, built some bricks. So you basically just cook up cobblestone and you get smooth stone, which is smooth stone is what you see in the ground there. Obviously, you can also mine smooth stone with a silk touch pick and you'll get smooth stone instead of cobblestone. So this is the cobblestone after you drop it and you place it, obviously, and then this is the smooth stone that appears naturally. Or if you cook up cobblestone, you'll get smooth stone again. And then smooth stone, you take it and you put it in a little 2x2 configuration. Do I have any left over? Nope. So you put, oh, you know what? It's in my chest downstairs. So you put regular smooth stone, 2 over, 2 across in a crafting table, and you get smooth stone bricks. And I used it all. The clay, you cook it in the furnace, and then you get stone bricks, and then you put stone bricks in a 2x2 configuration. So you take stone bricks and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get this little stone brick block that we have here that I went ahead and just placed one on the ground because that was what I had. And then I took the smooth stone and made regular stone brick. And so we got regular stone brick, we got some brick, some clay bricks, and these are half slabs that I put on the ground. And then there's just a button here. So what does the button do? What the button does is harvests all my pumpkins. And this is not my idea, so I didn't want to basically go through this step by step and claim it as my own. But it's really simple. There's some redstone underneath here that goes to sticky pistons down there, and then when you push the button, redstone lights up, sticky pistons come up, and because this dirt block that the pumpkin was sitting on moves, it actually harvests itself. And because the pumpkin sits on a different block than the actual stalk, the stalk doesn't break, just the pumpkin does. So that's a pretty basic setup. There's basically just a string of redstone wires, string of sticky pistons, and it comes up to a button. Wanted to do something redstone-y without doing too much, and that's what we got. And then, like I said, we expanded the farm. I think today what we'll do is we'll use some of these diamonds. So I carved out a little section here, and we'll get to that. And then I carved out and moved my storage chests. So most of you guys probably know how to make a storage chest. So 2 logs will make 8 planks, and then 8 planks, you just put them in a ring, and you get a chest. Hopefully everybody knows how to do that. And chests, you can actually stack chests on top of each other. So I'm going to stack this chest on top of those other ones, and in a second I'll get another one over there. And this is one of the things that I do that I've seen a lot of designs for how you do chests and stuff. So for me it's basic. You just dig a hole 2 deep into a wall. At the top you can't have full blocks, so a chest is not a full block, so you can put a chest on top of another chest and the chest will still open. So this still opens. There's my bricks. Because this chest is not a full block, so that chest can still open. And then at the very top, this chest here, what I have there is basically just a backwards upside down stair. So you can see the stair over there. And the stair is also not a full block, and neither is that torch. So I got a little bit of backlighting there, and then I can put chests 3 tall up here. And usually what I do when I do this is third chest, I'll just throw all the random blocks that you end up collecting a ton of, so all the extra dirt and all the extra cobble and gravel and things like that, and then good stuff I keep in the lower chests. Just because this one's a little bit harder to reach to because you have to look up, so I usually just put the junk up there. You also can't place chests next to each other, like I can put chests there, but I can't put chests here. When the redstone update is released, I believe the redstone update's in the patch still and hasn't released, at least my client hasn't downloaded it yet. You can do trap chests, and trap chests will sit next to a regular chest. So you could go 2 trap chests, 2 normal chests, 2 trap chests, 2 normal chests, and then you could just have a whole row of chests if you wanted to. Usually what I do instead is I'll stick like a row of, like I'll stick 3 ovens or 3 furnaces in here and then do another row of chests. Just a simple way to have a storage room and still make it functional and take up as little room space as possible. Let's grab some iron. So I really only need 2 pieces of iron. We're going to make shears. Very simple to make. You don't even need a crafting table. Just put them diagonal, 2 pieces of iron, and we have shears. Ooh, let's go over here and see if this works. To vines. And obviously to leaves too. So shears, vines, you get the vines back. If you don't use shears, you don't get the vines. They basically just disappear when you destroy them. And then we're going to create a little vine farm. So I just built a simple dirt wall, very easy to do obviously, and then we're just going to put vines at the top, and that's weird. I wonder why one's a different color. So we just put vines at the top of this wall, and eventually the vines grow down, and when they do, we can shear them off, and without shearing this top row off, and basically we're growing vines, so that's like a vine farm. And you can do the same thing over here, and then let's make some pumpkin pie. Everybody probably knows how to do this. Let's just I'll make 5. So everybody probably knows how to do this. Kind of derpy to do on camera, but figured we'll make some pumpkin pie because that's something that I don't usually eat when I cook food in Minecraft. So we do that. So obviously you just take regular sugarcane in a crafting pane. You can even do it in your inventory, and you get sugar. And then how does that work? You know what? Let's pause for a second while I look up the recipe. Alright, so it looks like you need eggs for pumpkin pie, and we haven't found any eggs, so we'll shelf that idea. We'll get to that if we can find some chickens. So let's do something with their diamonds. So the other thing that I did off camera, because that's very boring, is I chopped up some obsidian. So I have 2 stacks of obsidian. And then obviously I've been harvesting all of the sugarcane. The wheat is great, but then you have to put it in a regular crafting table because it's not shapeless crafting. So I saw that term and I wondered what that was. So to make wheat into something you can eat, you have to do 3 across to make bread. It doesn't work in this configuration because it has to be 3 across in the angle. And then there are some recipes that are shapeless crafting, where basically you can put the items in the crafting window in any configuration and it'll make the same item. But these are shaped crafting. It's 3 wide, so you can't do it in your little inventory screen. You have to do it in a crafting bench. So I like the potatoes, but we don't have any yet, so we'll work on that later. So we have some sugar cane. The other thing that's weird, and this is a strange way to do this, you know what? I killed some cows, and we got the sugar cane and the leather, so we'll use those. So is that right? Yeah, 3 across the sugarcane makes paper, and then 3 paper and leather makes a book. So we're going to make some books. We'll make a few more. Alright, so we have 3 books, and then the other thing I was going to do with this leather, let's do this. Let's take... we'll put leather in the middle of sticks, and we get an item frame. So we'll put this stuff back, so we don't really need it just yet. And then we'll grab some iron, because we're going to use the diamonds, we're going to use the iron, we're going to put this stuff to waste. I was trying to think about where I could put an item frame. I don't really have like anything, I haven't built a structure yet, so we'll just stick it up on the side over here. Hopefully I don't get creepered and get this destroyed. So let's stick the item frame up there, and you put stuff in the item frame, so I'm going to trophy my first mob drop kill, which is my little gold helmet. Not really that great of a helmet to use, but it looks cool, so that's my gold helmet. And then here's another tip for everybody else when they do stuff, and I think I saw Good do this in videos. So it's like, this is the recipe for pants, and the recipe for the hat is the same thing without the bottom 2. You can actually just put that in there, and the recipe for boots is 2 on each side, and you can also just stick that all on there. So after I make the pants, the hat recipes are there, and then after I make the hat, the boot recipe is there. We don't even need a chest piece yet. Let's put these on. So I got 3 books, and have some logs there. So bookshelf is 3 books, and then you just stick wood on the top and the bottom. Hopefully you guys know how to do that. And then we got a bookshelf. And the reason why we made a bookshelf is we are going to try to make a crafting table, but we need 1 more book, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's right, because I counted out the leather, that I had 1 piece of leather left over. So, and I believe, yeah, see, this is shapeless crafting. I can put these in any order in the crafting window. As long as I have 3 paper and a piece of leather, I get a book. And I believe in previous versions of Minecraft you didn't need the leather for crafting, but you do now. So we take a book, and I believe it's a couple diamonds, and then obsidian, and we have ourselves an enchanting table. We can take our levels that we've been getting and actually put them to use. So that's why I cut this here out. So we have a little cutout here. This is the way I like to do my bookshelves. You basically just do them in an L shape. That way it's easy to get to your enchanting table. You don't have it blocked off on all sides. And you can actually put bookshelves in the corner, you can put bookshelves along the side. So if I have a bookshelf here and one there and one there, you can't see this one, but it still counts as part of the enchantments. And then 1 block away is where you have to put your enchanting table. And if we did this right, you'll be able to see, if I have my particles on, you'll see little things popping over from the bookshelf to the enchantment table. And that means it's actually affecting the enchantment table. So let's do an enchantment. Let's see, how high can we get these 1 bookshelf. Looks like 6, there's an 8. So I'm just clicking in and out again. You see people originally, they used to do this. I guess that's easier to do. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. You just basically take another item over it and click it. So there's our 8. Let's try that out. And we got a diamond sword with... Did I not push the button? Yeah, I didn't. Push this here. And then knockback and sharpness. That's good. The knockback will help with the creepers. And we have some more levels left, so let's do the pickaxe. 8, efficiency 2. So that'll make the pickaxe a lot faster, which probably would have helped with all the obsidian, but it's too late now. And I did that off camera, so you didn't have to see any of that anyway. 7, 8. Another thing with one of the recent patches is you can actually, like normally if I click on this, how do I explain this very well? So if I'm facing this chest and I click the chest, I open the chest. If you hold the shift key down, you'll see I ducked when I hold the shift key down because I'm sneaking. When you hold the shift key down and click, it'll place the item in your hand. So now I've placed that and it's met with the back one, and now it's a double chest, a large chest. So that's another little trick that everybody hopefully knows, but if you didn't, just one of those things to remember to use. Sometimes you see all those things, all those little tricks, and you learn about them, but you forget to put them in their practical use. So we got that. When we were up on the tower, we saw a snow biome back here. We're just going to head over there. Tundra. And look, more pigs. And here's our tundra biome. So I'm going to chop down one of these trees. What are these? These are spruce wood. Yeah, so Wasn't sure I had the name right, but spruce wood. And this is one of those trees that's not that great for tree farms because the trunk can grow too tall. Way too tall. And yeah. So there's spruce wood, and I'll grab some. I got the shears. I just wanted to grab some leaves. I always like to have like a little variety of leaves and saplings. So we got a sapling. And then if we do some building, we can use these. Maybe we'll have some extra materials that we can use. This is another possibility. And then let's grab some snow. So if you take a normal shovel, you don't have to have anything special, but a normal shovel, and if you hit, like if I hit this block down here, the dirt block underneath the snow disappears, but if you actually use the shovel on the snow, you get snowballs. So we're going to grab some snowballs. You can combine those to make snow blocks. Whee! And we might use some snow blocks for building too. So basic. Just get some building materials out of the way, and then if we use snow blocks and one of our pumpkins, which we have a pumpkin farm, so we have pumpkins, then we can do a snowman. And actually, if you build a snowman and you do it right, you can use a snowman as a snowball machine. So we might do that. So let's head back. Punch the squid. Don't punch the squid. Just use a dang sword. And we ran back, so we're gonna munch on a little bit of food. And let's go ahead and use the bed. I've actually slept in this, so this is my spawn point now. And now that it's morning, let's go check out this area that we saw over here. It looked like it might possibly be desert. What was that? Oh. Die. Block just in time. Missed the block that time. Oh, there's a creeper over there too. Die. Go. And then we got the knockback sword. So creepers will be a little bit easier with the knockback sword, because they usually knocks him, hopefully knocks him back far enough that he's out of the range that he wants to continue blowing up. He's far enough away from you that he doesn't want to blow up. So to collect our little tiny things we got there. There's another cave. We'll have to look at that. And more pigs. And we're over here where this funky little area was that we saw. And looks like we got some cheaty gravel. No, not really. Just floating blocks. It's kind of a poor man's x-ray machine here. We can take a look and see what we got down here. That looks like a weird structure, kind of square. Is that I wonder if that's a dungeon. And we got, what else we got over here? So these are just chunks that haven't loaded yet, and I'm looking at them to see, because it kind of is a makeshift x-ray machine. But yes, there might be something underneath right over where that island there starts. And I'm just going to hit escape, and that should make these generate. It usually does. The other way to make them generate is to actually just walk on them. This doesn't look very deserty. So we got, and I don't know why sometimes I have this chunk generation problem when I'm high up in the air, where these chunks just don't generate anything on the surface. Oh, is that a huge ravine right underneath my base? It is. That's kind of cool. Maybe we'll check that out too. Oh, that's kind of scary doing this. So this is just a swamp. So I went ahead and logged out and logged back in, and it looks like I have chunks loading now. So this looks like this is that structure, or that stone thing we saw from the sky and that we walked up to, and there's the swamplands behind it, and this looks like it's just more plains. I don't see desert over here. And then some extreme hills, which this is the extreme hills we saw when we first took a look at our world. We climbed on top of our extreme hills here. That's not a chunk error, that is the way the terrain generated. It's kind of one of the neat things about extreme hills. It looks like there's just basically like this cut that came out of nowhere. More extreme hills, more extreme hills. That looks like ocean. This is our swamp land and plains border. Our base is somewhere right over there, which hasn't rendered because we're pretty far away.
I just wanted to jump on one of the towers and see what we could see. I don't really see anything over here very exciting. That looks like a really cool cave, though. I love the way that looks. So let's head back to base. Whoa, when they say extreme hills, they mean extreme hills. That's a pretty interesting bowl. That's a cool little cave over there. And then there's another one of these little steep valleys down here, too. Not really good caves in these hills, it looks like. So as we were first leaving our base, we saw this little dirt cave here. Let's just check this out. Without a shovel. Shovels aren't that great. And this looks like a little bit of coal, and it goes to nowhere. More caves to nowhere. Okay. I'll grab this coal, and then we'll head back. We're back at home base. Pork. I'm gonna get tired of eating pork all the time. Let's throw this sapling on the ground. We'll grow this and let it decay naturally. Or, yeah, get all the leaves or something at some point. And we'll see if we can get more of these spruce saplings. Just to have them in case we decide to build something, we can use that wood too. Put our stuff back. We got a lot of snow. Obviously the snowballs turn into regular snow if you do 4 square, and I don't believe this is shapeless. Yeah, so it has to be in a square. But it is small enough that you can do it in your crafting window. So I can just, I'm not have to be at the crafting table. I can just go bam, 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 bam. Snow block. So we can build out of snow blocks, and we have enough snow blocks to build a snowman. So we could do that and then have a snow block farm, and then we have some of this spruce wood. So the other thing I wanted to do is go to the nether. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see, a full nether portal is 12 blocks, and the derpy one without the corners is 10, so let's grab 40 of this obsidian, and then we'll make a flint and steel to light this with. Flint on top of steel. And then we'll make a nether portal. Oh, skeleton in the water. Die. So much for knockback. Oh, because we're on a hill. So here we are at our world spawn point. Let's go ahead and just set up a portal here. And I am going to do a derpy portal because we do not have a ton of resources yet, especially of the obsidian. Well, it'll be easier with the pick that we got. Oh, we got a bow out of that, and I have 2 arrows. This is not going to be fun when in the nether with no arrows because of the ghasts. 2, 3. Come on. Place block. Derpy corner. 2 more blocks. Get our derpy corner block back. And we'll light this up. And then we'll see where this goes. So before we jump in, let's check. I want to do an F3 and get my coordinates because nether portals are very tricky. So this is X68 and 69 and Z256. I just did the math off camera. Oh, we also need, it's good to know our Y is Y68. So Z256, if you divide that by 8, is 32. And then the 68/69, if you divide it by 8, is like 8.5. So that should be the coordinates we land in the nether. So I've never been to the nether before, and the game is generating this portal for me. It usually tries to find the nearest landmass to where I am, and yes, the coordinates are good. So we're at X -5, which is close to our, not close at all to our 8.5. And Y51, so we're down a few levels, and then Z31 instead of 32. So the Z is pretty close. But this X -5, I'm not really happy about that. Let's see. Oh, and there's a ghast. And the ghast is right there. And I have no arrows. So I have no way to shoot this ghast. So that ends our nether trip.